Let's talk about America's iconic bald eagle. Other than linking it to America, I don't really know much about the bald eagle. Before we do jump into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button, and I'm posting extra content on my Patreon page if you guys want to check that out. The link is in the description. Yeah, let's jump into this to check out the bald eagle.
Growing up in Britain, the bird on your screen often felt like a mythical creature on par with dragons, fairies, and the other member of Wham! As with yellow school buses, I assumed that their numbers were embellished in American popular culture merely to satisfy a television trope. And to some degree, I was right, but since moving to the United States, I've learned that not only is America's national bird real, it is so fascinating that it warrants stock footage of a person being surprised. And 1 year after becoming a proud US citizen myself, I felt strongly that my channel should soar into the new year by taking a closer look at this very bird. I'm Lawrence.
Do you get to see the bald eagle flying around America a lot? Like, is it normal to see it in America, or is it just in certain locations?
I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to bald eagles.
Bald eagle.
And if you want to see my channel take off in 2024 and haven't had a chance to subscribe, do that now.
There's a little bit in the description, make sure you do it.
In the meantime, here's everything that you don't need to know about the bald eagle, but that I'm going to tell you anyway.
Nice. Huh?
It might be called the bald eagle, but with a thick bob of white hair, it's no Jeff Bezos. In fact, the name has nothing to do with bald in the sense of Jeff Bezos. Indeed, when it was given its name in the 1600s, the word bald meant white-haired. And unlike...
Wait, hey, Lawrence, how are we linking this to Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos, the bald eagle cannot be found in the Amazon. Instead, it is entirely endemic to North America, making it the only sea eagle who can say this. Not that bald eagles can speak, even their avian language sounds nothing like what our silly brains have come up with. More on that later. But how much of North America does the bald eagle actually occupy?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Its range covers northern Mexico, most of Canada, and all 49 US states. Hang on.
Wait. We're missing one.
The US has 50 states. Ah, yes, I forgot to mention, bald eagles are nowhere to be found on the island state of Hawaii, where the state bird is the nene, which boasts the total opposite of a bald head in both senses of the word. On the other hand, the place with the most bald eagles is the other state that always gets left off maps, Alaska. In the last frontier state, there are no fewer than 30,000 of them, which is not surprising, given that Alaska has the longest coastline in the Union. Of course, young Lawrence wouldn't have understood this connection. Television gave me the impression that bald eagles just hung out near mountains and flags, but their existence relies on their proximity to bodies of water. This explains why Minnesota and Florida, two of the nation's flattest states, surprisingly boast the next highest amounts. You see, the former is known for its vast network of lakes, and the latter for having the longest coastline in...
Bro, that is just stunning, man. That is actually beautiful.
The lower 48. So it was fitting that on a body of water, I myself met bald eagles for the very first time.
I hope he's got footage.
But when I say met, it's eagles for the very first time.
Kua, Dalen, Idaho. Okay,
but when I say met, it's not like I had a choice. I'd signed up for a boat tour, and the tour guide was one of those aren't-I-hilarious types, but with infuriatingly precise local knowledge. 2 minutes into the journey, he uttered one of the two major tour guide tropes.
And on your right...
Oh yeah? What's on my right? You can't make me look.
On your right are some trees.
Nice!
And at the top of those trees are some trees.
Wow, amazing.
And at the top of those trees, if you look closely, you might see a white head poking out.
Better not be Jeff Bezos. At that moment, as if somebody had planned the whole thing in advance, the white head started flying with haste toward the boat.
No way.
I should point out that the rest of their body was attached. It moved.
I want to see one now.
Closer and closer, and just when I thought its talons were coming for me personally, it changed course at the last second and kidnapped a trout.
Don't worry, folks. While on rare occasions bald eagles have been known to attack humans, they normally have bigger fish to fry.
But they actually attack humans?
Let tour guides fool you. These birds, magnificent though they are, have no idea what a stovetop is. But they do eat lots of fish. In fact, I'm not sure I've seen an animal so proficient at plucking such small things from such large bodies of water. Except for me, of course.
It's actually crazy how they fish. Because, like, how would they see them and how are the fish so high? Like, the fish aren't high to the top of the water, right? So the bald eagle, does the bald eagle actually go into the water? Or does it just put your feet in or what? Bro, it's actually mad how they catch them.
Mostly. Their ability to do this is aided by the fact that bald eagles can see 4 to 5 times farther than humans. This is probably why the building where I spent my honeymoon was named the Eagle's Nest, because you can see for miles and miles. It was also pretty spacious, just like an actual eagle's nest.
Living in his nest life.
Fun fact, no single North American bird builds a larger nest than the bald eagle. In fact, the average nest weighs in at around 1,000 pounds, about 4 Seamuses. And the fact that they're breaking records for residential space tells us 2 things. Number 1, their fondness for big houses is probably what makes them America's national bird. And number 2, they need all that space to accommodate a 6'6" wingspan, basically 1 Seamus. And given the frankly absurd setup time, it's just as well that these partners for life return to the same nests each year. More so because they bring 2 to 3 juveniles into the world each time. I bet Christmas is fun. Of course, winter is when many of the northern eagles head south. However, 37 years ago, one bird didn't get the memo.
Well, I went to Alaska. Oh, eagle in... Wait. Island has...
In 1987, the nation of Ireland was the unlikely destination of a bald eagle that got lost, almost in the pond. The bird was spotted on the southwest coast of the country under apparent exhaustion, having flown 3,000 miles. But here's the good news. After being nursed back to health, it was returned to the US on Aer Lingus. It even got complimentary crackers. It's the not-so-good news. Shortly before its first ever plane ride, it tried to fly away in fear after the then Irish Prime Minister, Charles Haughey, ordered a round of applause for the bird. Dear, oh dear.
Bro, what? How did that bird fly from America to Ireland? Because, like, it wouldn't be able to stop. There's not many... Is there many islands in between? Bro, what?
In many ways, it's weird to think of a frail bald eagle, mostly because the bird is so synonymous with American freedom and strength. Indeed, when I think of it, I still wistfully picture myself on a Harley Davidson going down Route 66 while somebody plays Born to be Wild in the background. But then I hear it cry. Despite its ass-kicking reputation, the bald eagle sounds nothing like how it does in the movies. You're expecting the Balrog, but what you get is this. I've not been so surprised by somebody's voice since I heard that of 26th US President Theodore Roosevelt, who, in case you're wondering, sounded like this.
The principles for which we stand are the principles of fair play.
Nonetheless, bald eagles might well raise a wing to Mr. Roosevelt. By popularizing American conservation efforts, it could be argued that in a roundabout way he helped prevent their extinction.
Oh, wow. Yo. That would be crazy. Imagine if the bald eagles was like near to extinction. You wouldn't be able to allow that. That wouldn't be... Yeah, someone would have to happen. Illegal activity.
Because the thing that surprised me the most is that by the 20th century, this became a genuine possibility. During the 1600s, it's estimated that there were perhaps 500,000 of these birds in what is today the United States.
Wow.
By the 1960s, there were only 1,000. Their decline was partly attributed to landowners shooting them because...
Wait, what? It went from 500,000 to 1,000? What?
They, the landowners, subscribed to an unfounded belief that the eagles posed a risk to livestock. But another major factor emerged in the middle of the 20th century, DDT. And I'm not referring to the wrestling maneuver. DDT, or as you and I call it, dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, was a pesticide to stop mosquitoes spreading malaria. And it was very successful at this. There's just one problem. DDT caused many problems. Did anybody edit this script? Chief among these was eggshell thinning. Most biologists believe that eggshell thinning impeded successful reproduction among several birds of prey, including ospreys and, yes, bald eagles. It seemed America's most famous bird was heading the way of the dodo, with 43 of the lower 48 states declaring it an endangered species.
Wow.
But then, as we marched toward a new millennium, everything changed. In fact, the seeds for its recovery were planted as early as 1940. When the Bald Eagle Protection Act was signed into law. This made it illegal for Americans to possess, sell, or hunt the bald eagle.
Right,
However, it would be the 1970s when the eagle...
I honestly thought that would be the case anyway. Being America's national animal, right? Yeah, I thought you wouldn't be able to hunt them, kill them at all.
Possess, sell, or hunt the bald eagle. However, it would be the 1970s when the eagles got their big break, following the passage of the Endangered Species Act, but also the hit single Take It Easy. The Endangered Species Act helped to ensure habitat protection for many endangered animals in the United States.
Right, yeah.
However, debate continues as to its effect on the bald eagle's recovery, because in 1972 another legal milestone was reached, the nationwide ban on DDT. Either way, since the turn of the 80s, the bald eagle's population has soared to the...
Bro, look how... Yo. Mad. That is mad.
Extent that in 2007, it was completely removed from the endangered species list. As of 2024, the US is home to approximately 316,000 bald eagles.
Oh, wow.
Exactly.
Hey, nearly back up there.
Growing up in Britain, I vaguely understood the iconic bond between Americans and the bald eagle, but I didn't realise the extent to which the bird is embedded in American society and the Cracker Barrel gift shop. When the Founding Fathers declared it our national bird in 1782, they did so because of its uniqueness to North America and not because it looked like James Madison. But its comeback from near extinction reminds us of another American trait, that the United States will always do the right thing, but only after trying everything else. I'd like to finish this video by raising a massive water flask to the bald eagle, one of the world's greatest conservation success stories. And if bird talk is your sort of thing, click this video next to get the lowdown on the American mourning dog.
That was cool. I enjoyed that. Can't believe how close it was to being extinct. That's crazy. I thought America would put a ban on that anyway, where you can kill them and that, since it's the national animal. But really, really cool video. Make sure you check out Lost in the Pond. His link is in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out over there, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.